Hello there, and thank you for checking out the Nomad and Unlock level 5 hover vessel. Obviously falls in the tier 1 specs as well. This is meant to be your sort of starter vessel, your very first thing you might actually build actually. And this is usually what I build in my playthroughs for the first time, or the first thing I actually use. It's, like I say, it's Unlock level 5, so if you need something a bit more urgent, you can get ones at level 3, so I'd maybe go for one of those instead. But if you can spare the resources, this can do you really, really well to begin with. So let's switch it on actually, if you want to switch on. Why not? What's wrong? What's your problem? Okay, do it the hard way then. Strange. Anyway, you've got this little awkward step here. I should probably change that, but I kind of like it. I've hardly made any changes to this thing since I've had it, but I have made it, I've adjusted it for Alpha 12. You've got an O2 station down there, you've got an armor locker, you've actually got a constructor, you've got a fridge. For the constructor, it's connected to this with 1930, which is actually amazing. That is a lot of storage, and you will be hard pressed to fill that up and still be able to move, I guess. So just heed that warning. You've got lights here in case for when it gets dark. That also activates the one outside. I know no one really uses these levers anymore, but it just feels like the appropriate thing to do. A couple of spotlights out front. You've got a cargo box at the front for other storage. I like to put sort of loose bits that would clog up the constructor potentially, just in there, like a glove compartment is what I refer to that as. And then you've got your ammo for the minigun turret on top. And just to prove to you that it is within tier 1 specs, there you go, 4,824 out of 5,000, which means you can actually add more to it. It's got a detector and wireless as well up there, as you can see. But you've got 3 small thrusters at the back, you've got 2 on either side, you've got a fair few hover thrusters underneath and 1 this way. So if you aren't happy with how quickly it moves, I'll demonstrate that in a moment, you can actually add maybe another thruster here, and then counter it with a couple more thrusters here as well. Maybe do like a little plus formation, but I believe you can add about, I think it's, what, 40 each? Yeah, you could add at least 4, I think. But anyway, this is how it performs when it's empty. See, perfectly reasonable. Yeah, I mean, this is just an ideal first hover vessel, really. It's just a little camper van, or caravan, with a respectable amount of storage as well. I mean, I've been using this for the last 3 playthroughs I think I've had of this game. I mean, 2 of which have been on YouTube, and 1 of which is was just the time when I first made it, I think back in Alpha 8. So the design goes way back, and I've only ever made small changes to it, but obviously it goes without saying it's very, very lightly armoured. Most of it's carbon composite. You do have bits of steel all around though, as you can see. There's some bits of steel. But yeah, just be careful. And as it's only got the minigun turret, I wouldn't really go against drones in this thing, to be honest. You're better off finding or making some weapons yourself is typically how I use it. And parking this somewhere else and then taking on the drones on foot with like a sniper rifle is usually the best way to go. This is really good for taking out predators. That's what I find the minigun is useful for. You can't really add any GATs on it. Who am I kidding? The CPU is pretty maxed out. So there you go. That is the Nomad, or its full name. The No Money Nomad was its original name. Let's park it down here. Its natural habitat. There you go. So there you go. So yeah, if you think you're interested, I would say give it a go for your Alpha 12 playthrough. It'll treat you well. Let me just quickly show you the cost of it. I know it's here. There you go. No Money Nomad, that'll just be the Nomad, that's what it will come up with for you, just the Nomad. 184 carbon substrate and just under 150 of the others, bar iron, which is a bit less. That is quite a tall order, I'm not going to lie. But if you can get that, you're sorted pretty much. You know, you won't really be in trouble for a while, unless you get bombarded by drones. So yeah, it's got its role in the game, and it makes an ideal starter hover vessel for multi-purpose roles really. Just generally getting around, a small bit of storage, just that tiny little all-rounder to get you started. So I hope you're interested. Be sure to subscribe to it if you are. And yeah, thank you.